Do you want to go from looking like this to looking like this?
Oh my God! Wow!
Then you gotta start with a beginner's guide, and that is what today's video is about. Thank you so much to PUBG Mobile for sponsoring today's video. Tip number 1 is to customize your controls and sensitivity. This is a massive tip because guess what? For years, I always played on the default sensitivity, the default HUD. And if you don't know what that means, I'll explain it to you in a second. But I just played on the basic version of PUBG Mobile. I didn't adjust anything, I didn't change anything, but PUBG Mobile has a lot of customization. So because this is a beginner's tutorial, I'll be talking to you as if you've never played PUBG Mobile or you don't know all the settings and features that it has. And as you can see, I have a hand cam, so I will literally show you exactly what I'm talking about with this hand cam right here. And you could trust me with all these tips and tricks because I'm wearing thumb sleeves, okay? Okay, so to customize your HUD and sensitivity, you want to click at the very bottom right at that little arrow and then click on settings. So once you're in settings, I would say just look through all of these different basic and advanced controls and even click on the question marks and it'll give you a little bit more information about these things. Figure out what works for you. There are a lot of advanced tutorials on these controls, but we're going to be specifically talking about the customized button section of the game. So this is your heads up display. This is your HUD. This is what's going to be showing on screen. And compared to console or PC, you have so many customization options when it comes to adjusting your HUD. When it comes to mobile gamers, it's all about how many fingers you could put on the screen comfortably and play the game. Some people play thumbs where there's only 2 fingers. Some people play 4-finger claw. That's what I play, so that's what this setup is specifically for. And some people play more than 4 fingers, 5, 6, and even 7. But if all that is confusing to you, it basically just means whatever feels comfortable for you on the device you're playing on, whether you're playing on a iPad tablet style device or you're playing on a phone, you want to adjust your HUD to feel comfortable with your gameplay. And by the way, I do play 4-finger claw on this device as well. So my first tip is to go into the layout feature right here and go to featured and mess around with the different cloud layout management that they have here automatically for you. It gives you a pretty good idea of a layout that you can use, whether if you're playing on mobile or if you're playing on tablet, exactly what I was talking about. And then from here, you can then adjust it to whatever way feels comfortable for you gameplay style. Once you do that, I want you to go here and click on training grounds. This here is one of the best ways to practice anything that you're adjusting, whether it's your HUD. It's a quick way to do it. Rather than queuing up or trying to get into a game, you're able to go here and practice to your heart's content. On top of it, they have different sections and you can explore it. There's a lot of things to do here, but they have different sections. So let's say we want to practice the gunshots and let's make it medium, right? So here, there's going to be enemies that spawn in. So there they are. Boom. There's one way down there. Boom. So you're really able to do a lot of training in training ground before you even get on the actual battle royale experience, TDM, World of Wonder, whatever you're going to play in this game. There's a lot of options. We'll talk a little bit more about that later in the video. But while you're doing all that, you can adjust your sensitivity. And like I said, there are so many different types of options that you have to customize your experience in PUBG Mobile. So the default sensitivity is medium, and that's what I was talking about earlier in the video. I played the default sensitivity and I played the default HUD, basically what the game gives to you the moment you log in and the moment you play your first match. That's the default HUD of the game. But you can completely customize these settings, and check this out. There's even advanced customizations that you could do for specific guns with different configurations. Now, I feel comfortable with my setup, so I don't really touch this, but if you guys really wanted to, there are these special configurations that you could do just for your sensitivity. My second tip is going to be to play classics. What is classics metal, you might be asking? Well, if you guys click on the bottom left, it says classic unranked. There is ranked, which the season just reset. Okay, I'm normally a higher rank than this. If you're a beginner at the game, playing ranked is perfect for you because as you rank up, the enemies start getting harder. And once you get into something like platinum and above, you'll start playing against a lot of really good players. And once you get at ace, you'll be playing against some of the best players. But you're probably bronze or silver, so it's completely okay for you to play ranked, but there is a unranked option for the exact same classic experience. And I would highly suggest play the brand new events because this is what you're gonna wanna do in those events. You are gonna want a hot drop, hot drop, hot drop. It doesn't matter if you get eliminated. It doesn't matter if you live or if you run away. It doesn't matter. You have a free respawn, so make sure you use it and get into as many fights as you could possibly get into to practice your gameplay. And by doing that, you can then go back in your HUD, you can go back into training grounds and adjust what you need to adjust to make your gameplay comfortable for you. Cool thing about PUBG Mobile is there are so many different types of gameplay styles. There are so many different types of devices, so it's very unique to your experience when it comes to this game. But as you play classics, continue to learn the game, continue to learn the map, and continue to get comfortable with the gameplay because I would say PUBG Mobile has the best gunplay mechanics in the game, and that is definitely something that you want to learn. On top of your environment, on top of the vehicles, on top of whatever the game has to offer you, just try to learn it. But let your experience be fluid. Play with friends, play with randoms, have a fun time and enjoy yourself. Don't stress too much on trying to become the best right away. That'll happen over time and I'll explain that a little bit later. My third tip is learning the events. Every 2 months, PUBG Mobile has brand new events for you to play. Right now, it is the Transformers update. That means that those updates have very special things that you could use and you can learn that will only be out in the game for a 2-month period. So right now, a lot of people are practicing with the hoverboards because that is a really awesome new feature that they added, and it is a great way to get around the map or flank your enemy. There is also a bunch of new stuff with the Transformers collaboration, like Megatron and Optimus, and so much more. I don't want to spoil all the fun for you guys, but the events are a great way to not only learn new mechanics, but master those mechanics. And by mastering something like quickly clicking on the hoverboard, zooming away while you're getting shot at, and then quickly dismounting from the hoverboard and healing yourself, that's great. That teaches you something. And that's what this is all about. Play the game as much as you can and learn these different things from different situations because it is a battle royale. There are so many different scenarios. Tip number 4 is play World of Wonder. You guys might be wondering, what is World of Wonder? So if we go back to the section where we saw classic, ranked, and unranked, there is also a World of Wonder feature. So this is something that they added into the game a couple years ago, but when I first started playing the game, there was nothing like this. You had to go in like TDMs or something, which TDMs are great. Team Deathmatch is a great way to practice, but I feel like World of Wonder is way better. World of Wonder is something that PUBG Mobile implemented into the game where people could create their own maps, and it is a perfect way to practice your M4 UMP combo, your 2v2 shotgun, your Erangel 3v3 14 rounds. There are unlimited gameplay scenarios for you in World of Wonder. And it's also extremely fun because there isn't just ways to practice in World of Wonder, but you could do a bunch of other things like racing, you could do parkour. There are so many cool things in World of Wonder. My 5th tip is to watch YouTubers or just creators in general. I cannot tell you how many tips and tricks that I learned just by watching TikToks or YouTube videos or live streams for PUBG Mobile creators. There are so many PUBG Mobile creators, you will easily find someone to watch. If it's not me, I would highly suggest you watch me. I have an amazing community and we will always help you with any tips and tricks that you need. But I do have a few other big suggestions for creators that give you some massive tips. One of them, and this is really good for advanced tips, is Chiffon. He makes some of the most amazing guide videos I have ever seen for PUBG Mobile. And I would highly suggest suggest you keep an eye on the esports that PUBG Mobile has. PUBG Mobile has a huge esports scene, and if you just watch a few hours of the gameplay that these pro players play at, it is absolutely insane the level of gameplay that they are playing the game on. But I am constantly learning tons and tons of things from these pro players every single time that I watch the esports events, and I know for a fact that you'll learn some things as well, whether it's the way they rotate, the way they shoot their guns, or even the way they play with their team. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and once again, thank you so much to PUBG Mobile for sponsoring today's video.